Hey guys, it's Ash here, giving another update on the political stuff that's happening with the election. So, started to see a little bit of movement in in Pennsylvania, and also some movement in Nevada as well, and some other announcements have come out. So, let's see, Pennsylvania. When I was looking at it yesterday, I believe it was at 89%. So 3% more has come in. We're at 92%. And it looks like Trump has 114,000 vote lead right now. So although he had a bigger one, he's still gaining votes, and I'm hearing that some counties are going to start to come back that are in Trump country. Now, here's something that I found very disturbing. Um, I saw this article on the Post. Actually, I think. Hang on a second. Let me see if it was on the Post, if I could find it. It was about Allegheny County in Pennsylvania, where apparently there's still 35 to 25,000 votes that need to be counted. Here it is. Election staff take day off, quote unquote, in Pennsylvania County with 35,000 ballots to count. Um, Election staff in Pittsburgh's Allegheny County, one of Pennsylvania's most populous areas, reportedly are taking the day off Thursday, despite the fate of the presidential election hanging in the balance with more than 35,000 ballots left to tabulate. They aren't counting any ballots today. They stopped last night and are taking the day off, Bethany Hallam, an Allegheny County councilperson, wrote on Twitter. Hallam told New York Times reporter Trip Gabriel, quote, "I can't get an answer as to why," unquote. Pennsylvania's slow counting of absentee ballots has kept the presidential race in limbo. President Trump leads by more than 135,000 votes in the state, but mail-in ballots are breaking for Democratic candidate Joe Biden. Allegheny County Executive Rich Fitzgerald did not immediately reply to the Post's request for comment. How unusual. Hallam wrote on Twitter what that she believes some of the ballots can't be counted until Friday. Remember that 29,000 of these can't be counted until tomorrow due to a court order, but there are about 5 to 6,000 that were not scannable and also not being counted today, she wrote. Trump's path to re-election dimmed this week with apparent losses in Michigan and Wisconsin. Blah, 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 blah. So there you go. I mean, they're slow counting, right? Why don't they want to count Allegheny? Because it's probably some of those are going to, a lot of that could go to for Trump, right? Uh, let's see what we can see, because there's another thing on the map that I found unusual about Fox's map here, and I'll show it to you in a second. But let's check out Pennsylvania. This is what I mean. For some reason now, in the states that there should be red all over this, right? And you saw how it used to look. Now it's all cleared out. So you can't see which county was which unless you go hover over it, right? So I'm going to have to find Allegheny, and I don't know, you know, I've only driven through Pennsylvania a few times, and I always get lost there. So uh, we'll find Allegheny somewhere, and we'll see what the number is, because I can't, figure it out, right? Look at how they made it. So, wait, was that it? Perry, no. I wish I was from. Anyway, the thing is that one. Here we go, Allegheny. So it looks like Biden's up. Let's see, about 130,000 in there, and 81%. Is it 81? Yeah, it was 81% in. So 81% in reporting. So there's still 19% to go. Not to say that Trump could take that whole county, but is he going to take some more votes there? Of course, he has to. So that's going to keep his lead, unless you know unless Biden gets a huge victory in that particular place. But they're not counting 35,000 votes, so that's not going to change the outcome. But it could go into Trump's, hall. Anyway, I just noticed that they did that for Pennsylvania, and then if you go into Nevada as well, it's all whited out. But sorry, Nevada is looking interesting because, of course, there's only two counties that voted for Biden, which is Clark, all the way in the south part of the state, where Biden has let's see, what does he have? About 70,000 vote lead. Still a lot of votes to be counted. 73% in. And then Washoe County is 80% counted. But look, he only has a 10,000 vote lead here. That's nothing. there's a lot of votes still to be counted. Trump could actually take this. Who knows? So just interesting that all these other counties, of course, are Trump. Everything else, the whole state's Trump except for these two. Every other county's Trump, 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 Trump. So you could see that Nevada's a weird place. Now, are they stalling because they're realizing that, hey, you know what, we don't have it. They need both of these in big numbers to beat Trump in the state because he's got everything else. And the population centers in Nevada, of course, are in these two, counties. This is where the most people live. It's a little more sparse as you get out into different parts of Nevada. So that's the deal there. We're going to have to keep a close eye on this because there's still 20% to count, and he's only down by 10,000 votes here. It's close. So, and also we got to keep an eye on Arizona because there's a lot of votes that are still left out here to count. Yavapai County, Trump has a pretty comfortable 30,000 almost vote lead. Maricopa looks like Biden is ahead, but he's not ahead by much. 80,000 votes. There's still 16% to count. And Pinal County, Trump is leading by almost 20,000 votes with 84% recorded. So, and Yuma. He's also ahead in Yuma, Trump, with 88% in. So, Biden's only got one county in his favor here, which is Maricopa. Everything else, Yuma, Yavapai, and Pinal County are all going for Trump right now. And maybe that's why they're slow rolling these results, because they're realizing, wow, Trump is close enough in Maricopa that Biden's not getting the advantage much there, right? Because look at the numbers. He's not getting as big a bounce in here that he needed. He needed to dominate this with big, big numbers, and he didn't do it. And so now it's coming into play because Trump is dominating in all these other counties pretty much. And you have, let's see here. Look, here's a big county they reported, but he only beat him by 17,000 votes here, and he only beat him by 7,000 there. So it's not huge. It's not huge enough that it's helping him. So I think we got to definitely keep an eye in Arizona because I think that, and that's the other thing. There's been multiple lawsuits filed. Pennsylvania, there's been a lawsuit filed in Nevada by as well. And I think there's also been a lawsuit filed in Georgia as well. So there's three different, I believe there's three different, well, no. And plus Wisconsin and Minnesota's, I don't know if they filed the lawsuit yet or if there's just, they're like filing for recounts in both. That's what I would think. And so, this thing is fluid, man. And, now that the attention is so focused on just these 3 or 4 states, the people in these states, if they are trying to do something that's illegal, it's going to be much more difficult to do because now there's so much attention focused on all these specific places and counties in these states too, like Allegheny, like, places in Nevada and stuff, that it's going to be it's going to be a lot more difficult to do some kind of illegal activity if and we don't know anything about the ballots yet. Is there a watermark in them? Is there not? I haven't heard anything about it. So all I've heard is that there's several states where people are reporting irregular activities, like Wisconsin, like Michigan, like Nevada, and others. So, again, and in Pennsylvania. So we'll have to see how all these legal battles play out. How long is it going to take? I'm assuming they're going to expedite all these cases very quickly, considering the presidency's on the line here. But what's really more upsetting to me, and I'll end with this, is that these people are doing this on purpose, and everyone can see what you're doing. I mean, these states on the East Coast should have closed last night. There's no way it should take this long. And all of a sudden you keep finding votes, and every time you find votes, it's only for one side. That it's obvious what you're doing, and a lot of people know it. The world's watching, man. And, with that, truth is the one thing that stands out as just the truth in the world, right? It doesn't have to be explained. The truth is the truth, and everyone sees it just for that reason, because it's the truth and it shines bright. So let's hope the truth will shine bright soon on this situation. And with that, I wish you guys have a great day and be well. Speak soon.